Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a like up. Ex-WWE personality frustrated with the current Bloodline story claims it's a massive waste of time. It's a lively Wednesday evening, and wrestling fans are buzzing. A newly launched podcast, Ring Realities, has invited a special guest, a former WWE personality with deep ties to the business and a reputation for blunt honesty. This ex-WWE talent has made a name outside the ring, critiquing WWE storylines and sharing insights into what really goes on behind the scenes. Tonight, they're promising an explosive take on WWE's current storyline with the Bloodline. As the camera pans in, the host, Mike, grins at his guest. Alright, so let's get straight into it. The Bloodline. Roman Reigns, Solo Sikoa, Paul Heyman, and now, Jey Uso's journey. What's your take on WWE's biggest story? The ex-WWE personality doesn't hold back. Leaning in, they raise an eyebrow before letting out a deep sigh. "You really want my honest take?" they ask, smirking as the live chat goes wild. Of course, Mike laughs, no sugarcoating. Our audience loves when you keep it real. The ex-talent takes a deep breath and dives in. Look, they begin, voice dripping with frustration. The Bloodline started off great. They gave Roman Reigns this incredible tribal chief persona. He was this untouchable powerhouse. The storyline had meaning, family drama, legacy, and respect. But now, it's a never-ending, convoluted mess. It's like they're stretching the thing out just because they don't have anything else on their plate. And for me, that's a massive waste of time, for the fans, for the talent, and for WWE's future. The host nods, encouraging them to go deeper. Alright, so what's the biggest issue? Is it the pacing, or is it just done? It's everything, really, the ex-personality continues, growing more animated. It's repetitive, and there's no real payoff. Roman's held the title for so long that it's becoming a joke. He barely defends it now, and where's the development? We've seen this wonky loyalty test with Jey Uso multiple times. Then it was Jimmy's turn. Now it's Solo Sikoa, who seems perpetually torn but never actually does anything about it. They're all just hanging on to Roman's coattails. What's the point? The ex-talent adjusts their headset and leans forward, clearly on a roll now. WWE has one of the best rosters it's ever had. Guys like Lay Knight, Chad Gable, Bronson Reed, they're killing it week after week. But where's their time to shine? They're either stuck in random mid-card matches or, worse, not on TV at all. All because WWE is dumping so much time into this never-ending Bloodline saga. The company's so focused on squeezing every last drop from Roman's reign that they're neglecting fresh talent who could be the next main event stars. Pausing to take a sip of water, they add, and don't get me wrong, I think Roman is talented. He's done an incredible job reinventing himself. But there's got to be a point where enough is enough. Give the man a break, let someone else carry the torch, and let the fans actually look forward to title matches that don't involve the same tired old story. The ex-WWE star shifts gears, now dissecting the storyline's lack of payoffs. The thing is, the Bloodline story had some high points, they admit. When Jey Uso first challenged Roman, that was emotional, it was fresh. When Sami Zayn joined and eventually turned, that was entertaining. But now, they're just recycling the same drama with a different coat of paint. They lean closer to the microphone, gesturing for emphasis. Look, the fans are smart. They can tell when something's being milked for no reason. They wanted a clear ending with Sami, they wanted an ending with Jey, and now we're going through the motions again with Solo. Where's the tension? Where's the real progression? It's a cycle that doesn't add anything new. The ex-talent shakes their head, visibly frustrated. They're treating it like a soap opera where they just keep adding more plot twists without any actual resolution. In wrestling, you need moments that hit, moments that build up, and moments that bring it to a close. Otherwise, it's just filler, and that's exactly what the Bloodline has become. Endless filler with no real resolution. The podcast host jumps in, reading comments from the live chat. Our listeners seem to agree with you. The Bloodline feels like it's lost its spark, one user writes. Another says, it's dragging on and on. The ex-WWE personality nods in agreement, clearly resonating with the fan sentiment. Fans are smart. They're not going to keep tuning in for something that doesn't go anywhere. WWE used to be all about moments that gave fans a reason to watch every week. Now, fans know the Bloodline stuff will drag on without any significant change, so why tune in every Friday? They take a deep breath before adding, there's only so much you can tease betrayal before it loses meaning. And I think the fans feel betrayed too. They were promised an epic story with twists and turns, but WWE is relying on it as a crutch now, just to keep people watching. The host leans in, intrigued. So what would you do differently? How would you wrap up the Bloodline story? The ex-talent pauses, thoughtful for a moment. Honestly, I'd pull the trigger on Roman losing the title in a massive way. Maybe at WrestleMania, maybe sooner, but he needs to lose it, and it needs to be to someone who can carry the company forward. Imagine someone like Cody Rhodes or LA Knight finally stepping up and taking Roman down in a dramatic, high-stakes match. That's what wrestling fans live for, the underdog, the moment of triumph. Let the Bloodline implode from the inside, let the family break up, and give Roman a reason to take a step back. They lean back, looking satisfied with their proposed ending. And after that, WWE needs to start building fresh stories and giving other stars the spotlight. It's time for new faces to step up, for people like Gunther, Rhea Ripley, or even Solo Sikoa, if he breaks out of Roman's shadow. The Bloodline story has become a dead end, and the future of WWE can't rest on the same characters week after week. As the podcast wraps up, the ex-WWE personality offers a closing thought. WWE has always been about change, about staying fresh. The Bloodline saga was good. Heck, it was great. But that was a year ago. Now, it's holding back the company, keeping the top of the card stale. WWE needs to remember that wrestling is about evolution, about handing the spotlight to the next in line. And right now, the longer they cling to the Bloodline, the more they waste time that could go to fresh talent. Let's move on and bring back that excitement that used to define WWE. The podcast ends, and the fans are left buzzing, discussing the ex-WWE personality's words and debating whether they agree. Online forums light up, with some defending the storyline and others echoing the critique. WWE may not respond directly, but the rumblings of fan frustration are loud and clear. And now, all eyes are on the company to see if they'll make a change. This storyline would give WWE fans a thought-provoking angle and spark fresh discussions on the future of WWE's main event scene, leaving everyone wondering what's next for the Bloodline.